For decades, the NBA has belonged to America, but Europe is changing the game, and the league knows it. They weren't dreaming of March Madness, are you kidding me? They come from Europe, and that's exactly why the NBA is heading there next. When people talk about the NBA expanding into Europe, this is exactly what they mean. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you why this isn't just an idea. It's being executed right now. Let's just get right into it. In Europe, basketball isn't just entertainment.
Number 22,
It's actually culture and inheritance. Fans don't just randomly discover teams and just randomly start liking them. They're born into them. Their great-grandparents, their grandparents, they were all fans and supporters of their team and their clubs. They were all season ticket holders. They were all die-hard fans. Teams such as Partizan or Panathinaikos, I can't pronounce that word, Panathinaikos? Do you see how crazy the Serbian fans go cheering on for Partizan, chanting out? I don't even know what type of songs these are, but it sounds like war historian type of music. I don't really know what the case really is about that, but you can't tell them nothing about Partizan. You can't speak nothing bad about them, no matter how bad or how poor their team is throughout the season. They don't give a damn. And all these chants and dances and songs, these are not just for social media, not just to go viral and get a million views on Instagram. These have existed for decades. They've been singing these songs. It's not just some new TikTok trend. It's been around. What's crazy is people know these songs to a T. They're so intricate too. They're not just ABC 1, 2, 3. They're staying silent at certain points, then they're dancing, and then they're cheering, and then they're silent. It's very intricate. I'm not gonna lie. The crowd isn't just reacting, they're participating. What I really like about the beginning of every game, that the whole stadium, everyone in the crowd, they all stand up and they start clapping. To show, I guess, like their appreciation until the very first basket. They will not stop standing up and clapping until the very first basket. Very different from anything I've ever experienced in North America, any type of basketball, soccer, anything like that. It really just leaves an impact on you. It also just creates such a big emphatic energy within the atmosphere of the gym. Also, in one of the gyms that I was at in Germany, the BMW Arena, I believe it's called, for one of the BBL games, that gym was actually the stadium being used in the 1973 Olympics, where Russia defeated USA. They have so much history, and my dog Matthias, shout out to him, he was showing me all the little intricate artifacts in the box office where they sold tickets and where they sold certain souvenirs at the gift shop for the Olympics. He showed me where those were, and they're not even touched. They're super old. People are very prideful and very appreciative of their culture and their country. In places like Greece or Serbia with Partizan, Red Star, Olympiacos or Panathinaikos fans, you didn't choose the team chose you. Your parents and grandparents were all fans, and you're singing the same songs they did from decades ago, which is a pretty cool thing to live by. You stand for something bigger than yourself. You have a moral compass. You have a moral code that you and all your family members abide by. Some other honorable mentions for crazy teams and have heavy cities of big culture, or they're part of a global brand, is like Real Madrid or Barcelona or even Fenerbahce. I believe that's a team in Turkey. All big global brands, all big cities, people of culture, and just so much history to back everything all up. As you can see, the best players in the world are not just from America anymore. There's SGA, shout out to SGA, shout out to Toronto, shout out to Canada. He was the leading MVP of the NBA last year. There's Joker, there's Giannis from Serbia and Greece. Two big EuroLeague teams in Olympiacos and Partizan, Red Star and Panathinaikos, right? So there's just so much more of the best players in the world that are not from America anymore. The game has expanded. Basketball greatness has been global, and Europe definitely helped shape it. We got to give them credit. Europe might not have as many great athletes, but they definitely breed a lot of good IQ players with good spacing, good shooting, good passing, and great fundamentals, so we have to give them credit. Luka, for example, is not one of the most athletic guys in the league, but he's definitely one of the most high IQ guys, one of the best passers, one of the most versatile and creative scorers, and he has the fundamentals down pat. Everybody says that he's a nightmare to guard. Some of the best players in the world didn't grow up in NBA gyms right now. They grew up in gyms like this. They could be in the deep depths or slums or the trenches of Europe, and they're just appreciating good basketball, some good bump, bro. However, if you ask me, the NBA storylines and how they manipulate and create narratives in the media with the European history and culture sounds like the perfect match. The NBA is elite at creating narratives, and Europe is just rich in history and culture. The NBA has all these telltale stories of rivalries and how to build up stars from the ground up and showing their whole storyline from once they were youth. They show how they came up from their AU days to their college days to how they're performing now in the pros. The NBA really knows how to turn moments into mythology. And Europe already has those political, cultural, and regional rivalries that the NBA could just super milk. I think it'd be too easy for them working in tandem together. Will the NBA even have to work that hard? Because a lot of these players are already icons. My bro, Isaiah Mike, he's not anything close to LeBron James, but they dead ass think he's LeBron James in Serbia. They dead ass think he's Kobe Bryant because he's bald now. I'm sorry, Isaiah. He's bald, 28 years old and hair's gone, but they think he's Kobe because of all these mid-post work and slim, slender build with a bald head. He's not Kobe Bryant, but he gets it quite often, bro. That's all he knows how to compare these things to. So with the NBA creating these narratives to build around, everyone would be bigger. Imagine NBA level storytelling, NBA level marketing mixed with European countries and teams that have 70 years of history. That's not forcing any culture. That's just amplifying it. But as of January 2026, the EuroLeague has threatened, they haven't really done it, but they've threatened legal action against the NBA just due to the fact that they're trying to take their best teams from the EuroLeague that have all these years of experience and have signed multi-year contracts with the EuroLeague and taking them to NBA Europe. I'm not sure how that would work. The NBA is saying that you have to pay $500 million for each team to join the NBA Europe. Do the teams have the bread for that? A lot of players that I've spoken to have told me that they have the bread to do so. But we'll see how that works out. Hopefully they could find a compromise between the two organizations to make sure this works and make sure it's happened, because I think this is a must-do for the game of basketball. I think just for the game of basketball to evolve and seeing where it came from all these years, it only makes sense. We would love to see NBA games, season games, and maybe even a seasonal tournament. An in-season tournament with North America versus Europe. The NBA is just looking to expand, having an NBA Europe. Maybe they have an NBA Africa years down the line if they can keep competing like with great teams like South Sudan and things of that nature. NBA expansion doesn't mean replacement. It just means connection. So North America versus Europe for in-season tournament or even season games would be great for the game of basketball. The NBA could be rotating cities like Madrid, Paris, Munich, Belgrade, and then they could be changing between the different playing styles like the NBA's pace or the European structure. Fans could get meaningful games, cultural crossover, and global moments that don't have to rely on the Olympics that happens every so many years, right? This is how they'd be growing the game, not by copying, but by connecting both worlds. The NBA isn't coming to Europe to teach more basketball. They're coming because they know Europe's been doing this for a very long time. You let me know in the comments if this is even going to work out or if you want it to at all. I think it'd be great. Let me know who your favorite teams and players are so I could tell you they suck and Isaiah Mike's the best. No, I'm just playing. But Bayern Munich, let's go. A lot of the EuroLeague games are honestly great. I love the intensity. I love the urgency on every single possession. Every game feels like a playoff game. When you see rivalry games and you see how intense and how the stakes are so high just due to the fact that how much you win or lose by matters. Point differential matters in the EuroLeague. It doesn't in the NBA. There's so many more games in the NBA, 82 games, and every possession matters. People are trying to win to the very last moment. Nobody is giving up. It's never over until the fat lady sings, until the game is literally done. So that's why I like the EuroLeague. I love how emphatic and how there's full court presses and how they're switching up different schematics and different structures of the game as if it was an NBA playoff game and it's just a regular season game. So, and then with all the chants and the screaming and the dancing and the everything all in one in unison and synergy with one another is just basketball utopia. That's all I got for this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, comment, and smash that subscribe button. If you made it to the end of this video, drop a fingers crossed emoji in the comments because me and you were so locked in and I appreciate you, bro. You have no idea, I really do. But until next time, peace and blessings.